Smart art is a visual representation of information, but unlike charts, it actually is great for things like a process or a diagram or a method, that type of thing. You can add smart art by going into your Insert tab up here, and you can go into your illustrations group and just click on this green kind of chevron shape here. I'll click on that. It gives me a whole list of different types of smart art. Anything from lists to process to cycle, hierarchy, relation, all sorts, right? I'm going to show you how to put in a basic cycle graphic. So I'm going to click on cycle. There's a whole bunch of different types of cycles, and you can click on these and get a preview of what they're going to do on the right. I'm just going to do the first one here, this basic one. I'll hit OK. Now it automatically gives me a bunch of shapes to deal with, as well as a little window on the left here that's pretty much like a mini text pad editor. And this is where we type in any text that's going to be in the shapes. So if I wanted to pick maybe a 3-shape cycle, I'll type design here in the top. Now you've got to make sure you either click on these other bullets or you use your up or down arrow keys, because if I hit enter, that actually gives me another shape, and I don't want that. So I'm going to hit my backspace and I'll get rid of that shape. So maybe design, I'll put in test next, and I'll use my down arrow and go down to the next shape and type in create. If I don't need these other 2 shapes down here, again, I can go in my text pad editor and just hit backspace. That'll get rid of those shapes, and you'll notice it gets updated on the fly here. Okay, when I'm done typing in my text, I can go ahead and close it by hitting this small X. That will get rid of that text pad editor, but it's not gone for good. I can always click on these 2 arrows to open that back up. Okay, but for now, I'll close it. I've got 2 contextual tabs up here. These will help me change the format, change the design, make the appearance look a little bit nicer. So let's explore what a few of these things do. You've got some different layouts here. So these are those different layouts that we first initially saw when we went to add our smart art. So you can change the shape, change how they appear a little bit. I still like this first one, so I'm going to keep that one. I can also change the colors by going over here to my styles drop down, and I can make it one of these colorful choices, or I can give it a different color scheme. I'm going to maybe try this colorful one. I've got a whole bunch of different styles here which add things like transparency or shading or reflection. There's a lot of cool ones to play with. Let's try that one. That looks pretty cool. Okay, I can make this shape overall larger or smaller by clicking and dragging the corners like this. So maybe I'll get the shapes a little bit bigger. I can also move it around just like I would with any other graphic. And I can also modify any one of these individual shapes. So if I wanted to just change maybe what this arrow looked like, instead of it being green, maybe I wanted to change it to blue or a different color. I can go up to my format tab here, and I can change the fill by clicking on my shape fill button. Maybe I want all of these arrows to be blue. So I'll just click on the individual arrows, go to shape fill, make them all blue. Looks pretty nice. And I can also change the colors of the individual shapes too. So anything I click on here can be modifiable. So that's kind of nice. What else can we do? I can go and maybe give these shapes an outline if I wanted. Over here in my shape styles. If I wanted to change the whole layout completely, right, I can go back to my design tab and I can choose from the drop down and go to more layouts. And this will take me back to all these different choices in that smart art graphic list that we originally saw. So if I want to go into maybe a funnel, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so you can get pretty interesting layouts here by using some of these presets. I can choose the gear one, so kind of just have fun, see what there is to offer. There's all sorts of different types to play with, but they're sure to give your spreadsheet a nice, creative, unique look to them.